Now then, and welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft world. I'm back off holiday. How you doing? Hope you missed me. I did put out a few videos that we pre-recorded with the kids. A load of mini-games footage of bits and pieces that we had a whole day just playing on Hypixel and CubeCraft. Those were the two that my boy, Electron B, decided that we should go and play on. And so we did. We went and had some fun. We recorded a load of stuff that we did as a family, messing around on there. And then I used that for daily episodes of Minecraft while I was away on holiday. So I would like to just make sure that you all know that there will not be any more mini-games public server stuff on this series. In fact, I'm actually intending on changing all the numbering around. So you may find that this episode is a strange number in comparison to previous episodes, okay? Just to let you know. We've been away on holiday. That was fact, yeah? I'm going to be changing around some episode titles and numbers and sorting out the series to make this an episode, whatever it is, of my Minecraft world. A little bit more constructive stuff going on in today's episode. Now, while I've been away on holiday, we did a few little things around this on the Wi-Fi and the cottage that we stayed in at Wales. I want to tell you a little bit more about the Welsh holiday and all that kind of stuff, but just for now. We did have a setup here that is a zombie spawner underneath my lighthouse, my Hypermine lighthouse. There was a zombie spawner there, so we quickly set up a zombie spawner, or a little zombie XP farm. It's not great as XP farms go, but I can turn the lights off, zombies start appearing, I can turn the light back on. It's that simple, right? And the zombies will fall down into here, and then beat them up. All their loot drops go into here. Yeah, easy as that. And then we get the XP to do the stuff. Enchant books and all that kind of things, use the anvils, blah, 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 blah. Easy stuff, a few spare bits and pieces in here, right? There was that. We set that up. And also, I did a fair bit of mining and digging. As you can see, I'm literally fresh back from the holiday. We've got all of this stuff in my inventory from stuff that I was finding around this area. I decided, because Starlight B likes her diamonds, and Electron B and Starlight B were getting together just mining the hell out of this area around here underneath the spawn village in my world, I decided that I wanted to protect an area, so I dug a perimeter around and started cutting across to do all of the mining for diamonds myself. And that kind of looks like this out here. This was the original mine that I had under the lighthouse on the Hypermine server. And when I transferred it over, of course, it transferred all this over as well. And then we joined it all together. So I've just been cutting them all out and just checking it all and just lining torches up and all that kind of branch mining stuff. Just whiling away some hours whenever it was raining in Wales and we couldn't do the holidaying stuff. But also I've connected it with a mine shaft. So we've got a mine shaft that runs all the way out of this section so they can get into the lighthouse. The perimeter goes all the way around, of course, and this comes out of the perimeter. And then we've got this abandoned mine shaft field, but it's not abandoned. So I got it's a mine shaft, but it's not an abandoned mine shaft. I haven't yet put all of the minecart stuff on. I didn't get around to doing the minecart stuff yet. I think I need some more iron before I start doing that. Or rip up the other minecart track. I don't know. But I got all that to do soon enough. But I want to talk about Wales today. So while I'm getting all this stuff sorted out and set up, there's something I want to do and something I want to sort out. Some bits and pieces that I want to gather. And I also want to tell you all about our holiday in Wales. There may even be a few pictures. We started our holiday by going into South Wales. We drove all the way across the country because I'm on the east coast of England and I travelled all the way to the west coast of the British Isles to get to Wales. And we went to the southern coast of Wales, down in the capital area of Cardiff. And we stayed around in the Brecon Beacons for the first night in a Premier Inn, just a little motel kind of thing, so that we could get up the next morning and go to these very special Welsh national caves, the show caves of Wales. Pretty amazing looking things as well. All the terrain and mountains and all that kind of stuff was amazing. And these deep dark, fairly well lit caves, right? But caverns and caves, proper caves though. So when I see a Minecraft cave again, I'm thinking of the Welsh caves and how it was lit and how it was carved and how water run through the caves and all that kind of stuff. Almost like it needs to have water running through the cave in at least some place in order to make it a legit cave. Aside from Minecraft building ideas, we just had a nice time just wandering through the caves. There was also a great big dinosaur park there as well, with loads of dinosaurs staggered all through the mountains, all here, there and everywhere. And my youngest boy, Ranger Bee, had to have a good look around at all the dinosaurs that were in the park as well. As we went through all the caves and all that, the dinosaurs were climbing the mountains all around us, and we were walking through a great and wonderful showcase of dinosaurs and caves. It was great. That was just the first day. By the time we'd finished that in late afternoon, we decided that was it. That was the plan. We was going to drive all the way up to the North Wales through the beautiful and very dramatic Welsh valleys and countryside in order to get to North Wales, where we were staying and having our holiday. We actually stayed very close to a place called Harlech Castle, where we spent all of our time basically in this wonderful cottage on the mountainside overlooking the sea and the castle and the wonderful Welsh terrain again. We spent a few days here and there going out and about doing some exploring, which was great fun as well. And we had a few wet days where we stayed inside and just played board games and video games and just had fun as a family together. The weather wasn't too bad. It was a little bit rainy. We were expecting much worse from the weather, but it was quite a nice week really. Quite nice weather in Wales for this time of year. Not bad at all. And there was a lot of day trips that we took out as well. One of the day trips we went all the way up to Conway Castle, and Conway Castle's a very dramatic bridge going into a castle that's kind of holding Wales, well, north of Wales as it were, the castle that held the north of Wales for ages. It's a pretty impressive looking castle. Lots of visitors, lots of tourists coming and going on all over there. And so we were just going to go and have a good look at it from a vantage point. We got to the vantage point and we all met up because we were travelling in 2 cars. So we all met up at the vantage point. And Electron Bee and Ranger Bee were messing around, like catching each other and all that, because we were all talking about stuff and things, and we were watching the view as it was going by. We were talking about the castle, and we were just chatting and enjoying our holiday. And the 2 boys decided to run around and mess about a little bit. And then Electron Bee tripped, fell over, twisting his ankle, and hurt himself. Went down and screamed out in pain. So, of course, I goes running over, and I just went quickly down into one knee and tried to sort him out to make sure he was okay, all concerned and all that kind of stuff. Didn't spend that little bit of time just to make sure I adjusted my jeans in order to kneel down without the great big tear that appeared in my crutch. Yes. So then, of course, I spent the rest of the day with the breeze through the breeze through my trousers, and everywhere we went for a little while after that, I was kind of embarrassed and concerned because my pair of jeans had ripped down the middle. I don't have a picture for that. We did stop at a supermarket, and I sent my wife in to go and buy me a pair of shorts, and then I got changed in the next place, which was the Welsh Zoo up in Conway Bay. But it wasn't before we had already gone to the Llandudno beach and thrown some pebbles into the sea and had a wander about and had something to eat and all that kind of stuff. On the way back from there, this was a good couple of hours later, after I'd already ripped my pants, we finally got replacements from a supermarket, and I got changed and was feeling a little bit better as we were wandering around the zoo, seeing all the many animals. So that's the funny story of my holiday. Yes, the funny story of my holiday. There's not really a lot more to it than that, right? We had a great time. It was a good fun holiday. Today, though, today's episode, I want to do something to mark my world as a remembrance of the Welsh holiday. So I've been gathering up some materials from around here in order to start creating something out in the Mesa biome. Okay, so I've made my way a fairly long way away from spawn over into the Mesa biome, and I found a little area where I've got access to some nice red clay, right? And also an area that I don't think we're going to be using very much, right? This area around here, I don't think we're going to use for anything in particular. So I want to make use of it. So I'm going to do a Welsh flag out here today in pixel art, just to commemorate. And what I want to do with it is add it onto an empty map, Minecraft map, so that I can poster it somewhere around and about. So I'm kind of thinking how this is going to look, and this looks like it's going to be the top over here. So I got to figure out where I want to clean all this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the edge that I want to clean it up from, which is something over here. Try and find the exact edge and try and get a black border around it all. Okay, so we're going to go here, we're going to go here, and we're going to start with placing some of that and seeing if that works. No, one further in. Or two further in. There we go. Let's see. So it's going to be very difficult to start off with to get this exactly right. I'm going to need to take some of the level down, but that's okay because I'll have those resources anyway. Right? Does that work? Does that work now? Yeah, that looks like it works. Okay, so I can do a black border of black sheep's wool all the way down here. That's going to take me quite a while to gather all the resources for that, to go all the way around the outside of the map. And then start cutting out everything in between. I could probably do without doing the whole thing, couldn't I? Might be better off just doing the inside of it. I'm going to also need a lot of white wool, or maybe I'll use the white clay or something like that. Let's see, what would be a good colour here? Well, this is kind of orange clay, this is. This works as orange clay. Or does this terracotta not make any difference? Doesn't seem to make that much difference. Oh yeah, it does make a brown look about it. Okay. Well, maybe, just maybe, I'll go down and put a terracotta colour on the background then. And it's going to be a lot of clearing out this area to make it work, but I can do it. And there's a few tricks as well that I can follow on the way. And gather some more resources and sort it out to make a great big map. And we'll see what it looks like in just a little bit. Okay, so many hours later, we have a large white backdrop ready to get it all sorted, all lit and everything as well. Oh man, the amount of torches, the amount of digging, the amount of stuff. But we do have quite a lot of resources from it, and I've been coming up with ideas for what this area could be used for in the future of my world. What we can make this into and all that kind of stuff. I'm thinking about having some kind of clay quarry for a start, because there's been a lot of this clay coming out and I've been hacking at it quite quickly with this pick. It's only an efficiency 4 pick, but it's quite quick just to get through it, and I've been clearing this ground out very quickly, just getting around all this bit down here, and also getting lots of sticks. I don't know why I want a lot of sticks, but I've been getting lots of sticks. And occasionally, instead of doing the sticks, I've been going around with the shears and getting the actual bushes, because you never know when these bushes will come in useful for a build. A little bit of decoration kind of stuff. So that's been good as well. Been getting a load of that. And we cleared all this area out. There is an area underneath it. Let's see. Is this where I stored it? No, not there. There we go. There is an area, all this kind of lots of terracotta that's coming up. We're going to get lots of terracotta from this area in general. This can be the mine area underneath here. We can mine it, quarry it out in a square block underneath, and then maybe, just maybe, transfer the sheep farms over here and put sheep farms underneath in some kind of cool looking place. But first off, I'm doing the top, right? And as you can see, it's quite a lot of chunks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chunks by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chunks. So it's an 8 by 8 chunks, and that is now the whole of the map is 8 by 8 chunks with a little black border around it, so it's ideal to make a poster. And I remember my buddy Ego doing this on a vanilla survival server once upon a time, and he did it in a desert biome. I think that was because it should have worked out to be the easiest method of making a flat area, and he also wanted the sand to be the backdrop for the map that he was going to write on. So it worked out good for him, but it still took him a long time, and I understand just how long it can take. I did quite a lot of overhanging as well, over this side, if we can scoot over here really fast. Did a lot of overhanging over a cliff face and hanging my own, risking my own life over the edge here, hanging on with the shift button so I can't fall off the edge, placing blocks all out there because I didn't quite justify it properly. And so this is going to be some epic frontage of somewhere, maybe at some point. Some epic frontage, maybe some greenery stuff down here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's going to be something in the future. That much I am sure. I don't want to just leave it a great big flat thing like this in an area. I'm going to use it for something. I didn't want to use this area for anything, and now I'm doing this. I'm thinking, I put all this work and effort in, I want to get it done with something. So anyway, I don't think I need these odd bits and pieces that I've got in my inventory, so let's put those away, and we'll get on with the next part of it all. Throw them in there. I've turned most of the terracotta into red terracotta, so that we can get 2 different shades for the Welsh dragon being a red dragon, and then the background of the flag is green and white with a black border around it. Okay, so I've got all of this stuff in here, and it's going to be quite an inventory full, which is why I've chucked all of my other stuff away. That looks like it's okay. We've got one of everything in there. On my inventory and my hotbar. Oh, it's almost as if I planned it, as if I'd worked it all out properly. And then I've been working in a single-player flat world creative mode to try and copy a pixel art of a flag of Wales, and I happen to have one right here. Well, nearly right there. Let's see. Let's go up a couple of blocks here to get it in the right place. So I'm not filling the whole of the map with one flag. That's not going to happen. What I'm going to have to do is rotate it once, so it's this, not that way around. That way around? No, that way around. Flip it around like this, and then move it about a bit. Actually, I just realised something. Might not be facing the right direction here. I'm facing north. Yeah, I am facing the top. Okay, so that might be okay. I've got to get it lined up now with the right section over here, so we can implant it into the ground. So bear with me a minute while I get this sorted and in my concentration face on. Okay, so I've got it lined up with a perfect on the corner of the map. So it's going to be perfectly up in that top corner at the moment. But that is not where I want it. Where I actually want it is a little way in. I want to border around. So I'm thinking of doing a 6 block border. 3, 4, 5, 6 that way. And I think it was this way. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 block border that way. Okay, so it's just in at the edges, just bordered nicely, and there's still lots of room for writing messages and stuff like that on here. Okay, so what we can do now is turn the printer on, and if the Schematica mod is working properly, it will have printer on, and it will only place items from my inventory into the map if it's possible to do so. You see, so I've got to now dig out this one level and start doing all the framework and all that kind of stuff, and then go back around and put all of the torches on, but it should start appearing on the map straight away. So let's have a little fast forward. And there we have it. That's the starting point, right? So the starting point on the map is to draw the flag of Wales. Now I've got to try and do some text, and I haven't really picked out how to do my font, but I wanted to do a font across there somehow. I also got to figure out lighting it again. We've got issues still, but the overall end result is going to be fabulous. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to, I don't know, be a poster to this area to show messages and things. I want to do a big Welsh poster to say something or other, and then when you put a map in an item frame, like this, it becomes a framed picture of this. And as you can see, it's obviously still, it's this. But yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It's just a copy of the map, which is awesome. So that's what I'm going to be doing all this for. Now, you're going to have to leave it with me for a little while longer while I figure out some font text for Wales to go in here and other things that we're going to write in here. And so, after quite a bit of work on the text, I'm happy enough that I've got it all sorted, and as you can see behind me, that is what the poster now looks like. The map is looking good, and there's plenty of room below for a little bit more text, and depending on what we finally figure out as the use of this place will depend on what type of text this will have underneath it, and I can keep adding to this poster and taking away and changing the text and all that kind of stuff as I need to. I think the font looks okay. There's maybe some places where I would change it, but it is in keeping with the font that I picked, like a Minecraft font. So it's in keeping, and it should be good enough, and I'm going to keep it. But for now, that's it for today's episode. Thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my story about Wales and a few pictures and bits and pieces that we did on our holiday. I'm trying to now get back into making videos for you all, and I will see you in the next episode very soon. Goodbye.